Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to our Tekkit 2 Let's Play adventure. I am mostly healed now. My throat is okay, I'm only slightly sinusy, and I only go into horrible fits of sneezes and coughs occasionally. And hopefully I am medicated enough that that won't happen today. Now, we still need to go deal with that village situation. Napier is still out there waiting for us to address that. But I want to go to Mars! I really want to go to Mars. I have this burning desire in my heart of hearts to travel to the great red planet covered in rusted iron dust. And unfortunately, in order to get there, we have to build a Tier 2 rocket. And I say unfortunately, but that does sound like a cool, fun time. However, the Tier 2 rocket is not a cheap thing to construct. It's going to require boosters, Tier 1 boosters, in a Tier 2 rocket. I know that doesn't make sense, but keep in mind, you don't have boosters in a Tier 1 rocket, so it actually makes perfect sense, and you're just not paying enough attention, alright? Heavy-duty plate. Click on this bad boy, and you're going to find out that you're going to need compressed meteoric iron, which comes from a raw meteoric iron. Now, where do you get this from, I hear you asking? Rees! How is it done? Well, I'll tell you how it's done. You gotta find a meteorite on the moon. They just fall occasionally while you're there, but that's the trick. It only happens when we're there, and we're never on the moon. We're here, on planet Earth, about to rig up a whole system to manufacture a ton of solar-powered little, what are they called? Solar arrays? Solar panel array, MV, LP, Elemental P. Anyway, I said that we could not teleport to the moon using IC2 teleporters, and I was wrong. Thank you to this commenter for letting me know. I looked it up and it can absolutely be done, and we've been needing to build these anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do it. In order to build this, we are going to need a frequency transmitter and a teleporter, or at least two teleporters. You can teleport between teleporters after you link them together with the frequency transmitter. They also need a lot of power to function, so we're going to either need to stick an MFSU or an MFV on them. MFSU isn't that convoluted to build. We might go ahead and create another, let's see, what are they called? Memory stick? We might make some more of these so that we can actually have all the recipes for these like Laptron crystals and advanced circuits and all of that just kind of ready to go. That'll make manufacturing things like this a lot quicker in the future. Something else we need to do though, really quickly, before we even go to the moon, I wanted to draw attention to something I forgot to mention last time, which is apparently when exploring those dungeons, and you might be able to go back to episode 12 and find the exact moment this happened. I didn't notice it, but apparently we found a frequency module which can receive weak sound waves and distant signals. And we can go ahead and put that into our slot here, meaning that now we can... Well, now we've got... Hold on, does that actually render? Oh, it does! Look at that, that's amazing. So we can now hear sounds on the moon. That's great. That means we don't have to build one of those ourselves. But now is time to focus on actually building the teleportation. And we're going to set up some teleporters around here. There's one other thing that we can build, and this thing's crazy. I don't even really know how it works, but it's a teleporter hub. And apparently this will allow us to teleport from any teleporter set up to like a single location. So if we wanted to have one of these here, like upstairs, presumably from there we could teleport downstairs into the nuclear basement to the moon from that one teleporter. I don't know for sure if that's how that works. It's also pretty expensive. It's going to require a PESU, or P-E-S-U, which is just like a whole lot of effort. So we're not building one of those today. It's one of the reasons that I didn't have it queued up over here. But memory stick, that is something we're going to build right here, right now. So we're going to make a memory stick, and then we're going to name this... I actually haven't thought about this yet. Maybe, let's see, IC2 components, or we'll just do IC2 comps, and that should be pretty self-explanatory. Sorry, I'm shifting things around on my desk. Hopefully that wasn't too noticeable. So this is going to be for basic IC2 components. We're going to throw it in there, and then we're going to save the recipe to build more memory sticks. And keep in mind, let's see, I know we've built some memory sticks in the past. Where did they end up? In here? So we got one for IC2 upgrades and gears. Don't really need either of those right now. What we do need is to remember the recipes for some of the more basic things like building electronic circuits. We did teach that to the work table before, but it was in this grid up here, which is apparently cleared every time you break the work table. which is a bit of a disappointment, but I can understand why that would be a limitation. So let me go ahead and get the components that I need for that. We're going to save the electronic circuit there, and then we are going to get the recipe pulled up for the advanced electronic circuit, which in my mind, I thought, yeah, we'll just go ahead and hit uses and cycle through these till we get to it. It can't possibly take that long. Oh, interesting. So I haven't just been getting this right every time by chance. It turns out it's semi-shapeless in that the glowstone and the lapis can be inverted from their current positions, and it'll still work. How lovely, how handy. So go ahead and save that recipe too. We're going to save copper cables so that we can make copper cables to make electronic circuits to make advanced circuits. We don't have to worry about making those components individually. Machine block seems like a good one to save. And actually, do you know what I just realized is we should probably have a memory stick solely to build everything that goes into building a memory stick. So we won't even rename this one. We'll just keep it memory stick because that's what it is. It's the memory stick for building memory sticks. Okay, so I think I've got everything I need down here. I taught it the memory stick, gold cable, double insulated gold cable, tree tap, mining pipe, copper cable, electronic circuit, and the advanced circuit. So with nothing in here but raw materials, we should now, I mean, we'll even get rid of the gold cable. We'll make it build that from scratch as well. Same with copper cable. So it looks like we might have everything we need in here. Let's give it a try. So pull that in, and what are we missing? Can't find a recipe. Oh, I forgot to teach it the base upgrade. Right, so all we got to do for that is pull the recipe in, save, drop it in, and that is literally the last spot that we have. So we should be able now to manufacture as many memory sticks as we want. They don't stack, we need to keep that in mind, but it'll just pull in the raw ingredients. We don't have to build each individual component. We just have to make sure we have all the raw ingredients. That's very fun. We don't actually need to build a whole lot of memory sticks right now, so we'll take the memory stick, and we will move it over here for storage. And actually, it's going to get confusing. Blank memory sticks and the memory stick. How do we tell them apart? We need to name this one memory stick R for recipe. Lovely. And that also makes it cursive. So we'll throw it in here, and we'll have that for later. Now that might seem like a bit of a weird detour for this episode to take, and that's only because it was. I don't even remember what my goal was with that. Oh, right! I want to be able to create MFEs and MFSUs without actually having to build all of these individual components. So I went ahead and stored both of my new memory sticks inside of here for safekeeping, and now I need to get them back out. So some of these things are going to be redundant. Some memory sticks are going to have the same recipes in them, because we just have to switch them out as we need them. So this memory stick is going to have the recipe for building an MFE and an MFSU, and that's going to start off with the machine block. Then it also needs to know the recipe for building gold cable and double insulated gold cable. Then the lapitronic crystal is going to be the final raw ingredient that we need, and now it should be able to, with recursive crafting enabled, build the MFE, although we don't actually have that recipe saved. There we go. And now MFE, look at that. Now, here's the issue. If we want to go to MFSU, we're going to need to teach it the recipe for the advanced machine block, the Laptron crystal, the advanced circuit, and the MFSU itself, which is 4, except it also has to have the recipe for the electronic circuit. There's not enough for that. There's not enough room. We're going to take this one out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to name this one the MFE, okay? And then we're going to get another one, and that's going to be the MFSU. And if we want to build an MFSU, we just have to use both of these. There we are. So I'm going to go ahead and take that memory stick out. Oh, shoot. I did it in the top one instead of the... Ah, gosh darn it. Memory stick. We will rename this one the MFSU. Save. And now, ignore the fact that I accidentally saved these recipes up here. I did also put them into the MFSU. So, with the ingredients in my inventory, it should be able to automatically produce everything we need for an MFE. I mean, we have an MFE up there. Let's take that out. And then use the MFE in the recipe with everything we need to build the MFSU. So we should just be able to one-click. What are we missing? We don't have lapis. See, that's the issue. We need to actually have the raw ingredients. So, fortunately, it does tell us what we're missing. I think that it'll only tell us one at a time, though, is the issue. So I know we'll also need glowstone, and then I don't remember if there was redstone over there. We'll also need that. We'll go ahead and grab all those things. There is redstone, so we'll just throw in the lapis and the glowstone, and then presumably MFSU? No, what about now? Electronic circuit. Alright, none of these things know how to make a copper cable. That is on me. That is not required for an MFE, so we will save that to the MFSU slot, because that's where it's going to be needed. So again, we will try to manufacture MFSU. Nope, we're missing a whole bunch of things. So, crafting recipe for rubber, copper cables. I guess we're just missing rubber. We'll grab a stack of rubber. We will throw that into here. Energy crystal. What am I missing for the energy crystal? Redstone? Really? There's more redstone. Build an MFSU. A recipe for advanced alloy. Do we not have enough advanced alloy in here? Do I have any advanced alloy lying around? It's convenient that it tells me what it's missing. That's useful. So I can at least then go run and grab those objects. How about now? Here we go. MFSU, and we're all out of the ingredients for the okay, we need more redstone. This will be much more convenient once we have it hooked up to the black hole controller, and it'll just be full of all the things that we need to build these things. See what oh my gosh. Yeah, this is complicated. MFSU. It's not quite as simple as I would like, but again, it will be a lot simpler once we have the black hole unit. I think I just said that moments ago. I don't know why I'm repeating it. Well, there's the two MFSUs I wanted to build for this. Next up, let's go ahead and build the frequency module. A recipe so simple, I could do it in my sleep. That sounds like a challenge I don't want to actually take on. And in fact, I don't even see... Do we have... Make me one of the... Oh, that's so quick and easy. That's so quick and easy. I love that. That's fantastic. Frequency transmitter. That's going to be what hooks together our two teleporters. We won't be building any more MFSUs, so we'll put those away. I do need the memory stick, because we need to build another memory stick, because I don't want to have to keep building teleporters in the future. So I just want to go ahead and make an additional memory stick. And I'm all out of things, it appears. Teleportor! Napier is once again stuck out in the rain, bless him. He's just waiting on me to go, I guess what, replant crops? Is that what they want from me? I mean, I can go do that. I don't mind. Just a little bit busy doing other things at the moment. Recipe for those. Recipe for these. Recipe for these. Oh, interesting. You don't actually have to have the ingredients in your inventory to save the recipe down here for building them. You can pull up anything. In fact, I reckon I could just go ahead and hit that, and even though I don't have those things, there's the recipe for the teleporter. And I could just go ahead and save it. That is fantastic. That's going to make assembling the recipes a lot easier. So I think that once we have this, that's everything for a teleporter. Pretty much all you need is frequency transmitters, advanced circuits, glass fiber cables, and then advanced machine blocks. Then it's just a matter of making sure that you have the appropriate items in here to build that when you click on here, and we're not going to, and it's going to get very mad at us. Oh, really? It looks like all we need is glass. I think that the diamonds and the glowstone and all of that's already in there, so if we just supply, say, a stack of glass... no, we couldn't find a crafting recipe for the machine block. That's sort of embarrassing, considering what a basic recipe that is. I should have thought about that, but okay. Okay, more redstone. And now, teleporter, and we need 2 of them, but that's going to suck up a lot of stuff. We're going to need to add more things. I think next episode, we're going to maybe focus on building the black hole controller, and maybe filling it full of materials, and then setting one of these up somewhere where we can come by and it has the memory sticks in it we need for certain things, and we can just come up and craft them non-stop. So I probably need to put the copper down there, actually. And now what are we out of? Teleporter number 2. That's how you do it. This is fun. Now, for the sake of demonstration, we're not going to go too crazy. I think we'll probably go downstairs, where we've already got a lot of exposed wires and cables and everything, and we will set up a bit of a demo for how this works. So we'll run off of this cable over to here, And then we will have an MF. Hold on, is this going to be feeding backwards into anything that's going to blow up? Well, yeah, if we set it up wrong. See, we need to be super careful about this. Let's go ahead and set these up first. Like that. Perfect. So the green is the output. So now we can safely plug those in. And we will plop down our teleporters on top. These are going to start filling up the power. Then I think we just right-click on there, linked to teleporter, right-click on there, teleportation link established. And I do think we need a button to activate these. I think you could probably put a pressure plate on top of them as well, and that would work. So let's maybe try that. That would be cool. If we could just like walk on top of it, and it automatically, oh, but then when we spawn on the other one, if there's also a plate on there, it might automatically send us back. That sounds like it could be a nightmare. Let's not do that. I've thought better of it. Let's just get some basic blocks. The most basic block there is. We'll get some dirt, and we'll get a button. We'll get a nice little button here. And I don't know why I got a single dirt instead of a stack. That makes way more sense. We will set up a stack of dirt behind these. And we will affix a button. Like so. Now, it's not going to take a whole lot of power to teleport us from one block to the other. Well, maybe it's going to take more than I thought. Is there an automatic block placer that we can build that'll automatically place more wood between these? That could be something we do in a future installment, because we're going to need a whole lot more latex to accomplish what I want to accomplish. So if we could have maybe 4 of these, you know, on all sides of a block, and then a block placer up above, that just, let's see, placer, something along those lines. Block placer, literally right there. That would be perfect. It's even from the same mod. So we could just have it hopefully facing down. That's something to try in the future. How are we doing here? So we've got 63,000 EU. Did I do something wrong here? Link establish. Can't link teleporter to itself. Right. Well, some of you may remember, at one point we built a EU reader. Now, according to the wiki, if we get our EU reader, it will tell us how much power is necessary to perform a teleportation. Where's our EU reader? Oh, it's literally right there. I don't know how I didn't see it. It's not highlighting it. Maybe it's because I didn't spell it right. I didn't add the space, or the little dash in there. Well, according to the wiki, we can use the EU reader. I don't need to include any of that. Righto, so apparently right-clicking on this with an EU reader will... Not another one of these guys. Why do these guys keep popping into my base? Snooping around my stuff. It's very weird. If we right-click on it, it'll tell us how much power is necessary. Okay. So, for me, it's the distance cost is 31 EU. But... according to this, let me get that back open. Okay, distance 4 blocks, cost 31 EU. Teleporter needs for entity player 80,000 EU to teleport us 4 blocks. Well, we're beyond that now, so it should work. Yep, look at that. And it used all that power. So you can imagine it's going to cost a lot more to go between dimensions. I don't know how to calculate that other than just setting the thing up and giving it a try, which means we need to build another fuel loader. We got everything we need in here for it, except for the tin can, which, of course, the tin can has an EMC value. So we can grab one of those, and then we could craft with the Philosopher's Stone, but I find that to be a bit of a annoyance more than anything else. So that is ready to go. We will go prep our rocket for launch, our return trip to the moon. It's very exciting. We'll plug this thing in, and we will get it started. We're going to need juice in order to make that happen, and I was told that apparently we can automate moving things from a tank into the refinery using the fluid pipes and the wrench. So we will rotate this thing around. to what I assume is going to be the input. I don't know for sure. And then just temporarily as a setup. I don't know if that'll actually connect up to this pipe. It did. All I did was right-click it, and it started flowing. It's going in here. It's not getting any juice. Why are you not getting any power? What? Refine. Why do you not have power? I plugged you. You're all plugged in. Are we? Do we have some sort of a power crisis going on? No, we're outputting power to things. It's definitely working. Did something go wrong with the power connection somewhere? This is my secret underground power connection. And I say secret, there's absolutely no reason for it to be secret. The only thing I can assume here is that something's gone wrong and one of these came unplugged somewhere. And no, it looks like the power is plugged all the way in here. Is it running? What? Not enough power. Maybe it's because we rotated it. Maybe we need to unplug it and then plug it back in. Oh, come on now. I know that I turned off the nuclear reactor in the previous episode, but I don't see what that would have to do with... Oh, unless... Hold on a ticket. Hold on just a tick. If the power for those is not connected to that... Oh. Wait. Yeah. Those are connected below the MFSU upstairs, which means they're connected directly to this MFU. Okay. Which is, right, being used over here right now. Yeah, to charge up the... Right. What? What? You go to bed for 10 seconds, and your whole basement is flooded with Endermen. Get out of here. I guess it's just the rain, right? That would explain it. There's nothing weird going on with that. They're just trying to get out of the rain, and bless them, they're not causing me any harm. Right, so this should now be rolling away. I could click refine, but it's already full. So really we need to start exporting to another tank. Now there is a tank upstairs. In fact, where is that tank located? Is it? Oh, that's almost too perfect. So we can come over here and we can break this. There we go. And we can get some more of those fluid pipes. And presumably, I mean, this is going to be a bit messy and ugly, and maybe I redo all of this between episodes to kind of tidy it up a bit, so it's not just fluid pipes running all over the place. But then again, isn't that what Tekkit is? Isn't that what Tekkit has always been? Just a mess of pipes and cables and everything running all over the place, complicated and bizarre. So if I right-click there with this, that's going to start flowing, and it's going to hopefully start filling this up, which is what we want to see, and it doesn't actually look like it is. Or it is, and I can't tell because I can't get a good angle at it. Maybe we need to right-click that as well. I don't know why. Yeah, look, it's not connected to that one. And no matter how many times I right-click it, it's not going to connect to it, because it's the wrong type of... Or maybe it just won't go into the side. I don't know. You know what I can do is I can get a diamond tank and put it, like, down here for the sake of testing. Yeah, see, it fills into that one. I guess because it's just not supposed to load in from the bottom, maybe? Is that the issue? Okay. That's disappointing. So we'll put the tank there, have that go there, and then we'll have this output to there, and then that'll start to fill up. Hopefully? Such a mess. Oh, okay. Let's break all of this down and take it with us. By the way, isn't this thing only temporarily lossless? Isn't it possible to lose that losslessness with this? That would be very annoying, wouldn't it? That would be downright tragic. Let's go to the moon. I wonder if we can teleport between two teleporters in different dimensions if one of the dimensions is not loaded. I haven't considered that as a problem yet, but it might be. Someone did tell me that the world loader we built is fueled with ender pearls, so we might want to get the Worldspike, I should say, chunk loader. Might be good to set that up on the moon, so that the moon is always loaded and there's always a possibility a meteorite might fall out of the sky. even when we're not there. So we'll bring that with us. We're going to bring, actually, we'll bring everything with us. But we are going to go ahead and set up a teleporter up here, and then maybe we'll just put it right here. Does this look like a good place to put a teleporter to the moon? No, not strictly speaking, I guess it's a bit of an odd spot, but who cares? You know what? This is our world. We'll do what we want to. So MFSU, plop that down, put our teleporter on top of it, and that's going to slowly start filling up. Bhutan will go. Can we put a button on glass? We certainly can. Doesn't appear to work, but maybe that's just because there's just no power in there at all, and also it's not currently linked. So frequency transmitter, linked to teleporter, got that tucked away. Now, it's just a matter of getting to the moon. How much fuel do you currently have, if any? You have none. Let's not go to the moon and you then. That can only end in disaster. If you're worried about me not having this set up correctly to automatically pipe in the fuel, don't worry, I'll get to it. Not today. It's not an issue today that I am worried about. You know what I mean? My number one concern right now is getting to the moon. Oh gosh, do I need to worry about getting back? I can't remember how much fuel was necessary. Load fuel, please. So that'll start loading, and then maybe we'll just bring some extra fuel with us to be on the safe side. We will throw all of that extra fuel into here. I don't think it used all of our fuel to get to the moon. But then again, the last thing I want to do... Why is this open again? Alright, we're going to stop worrying about things like that, and we're going to focus on clearing up our inventory a little bit, just tidying things up, and then we're going to go back to the moon for a second time. It won't be as interesting. I don't have a parachute on me this time, but we can fly, and also we cannot take fall damage, so it's not really a big issue. Am I dying? Is someone dying? Who's dying? Why are they dying? What happened there? Everyone else see that? Did we kill a butterfly? I think I saw something on fire over there. The butterflies are dying! They're getting too close. No, they're catching on fire! Oh, from the exhaust from the rocket. That's absolutely atrocious. That's terrible. Talk about heartbreaking. Good lord, it just got loud! Oh. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Yeah, there we go. I don't think... We've kind of broken the world gen a little bit down there. Oh, okay. It's all fine. It's all good. We're headed to the moon. Nobody panic. It's gonna be okay. Goodness gracious me. Look at this. We can wig out space as well. Okay. We want to go to the moon. Send us down. It's one small step for man, one massive leap for mankind. We're gonna bring our entry velocity right on down. And I can see if I bend the screen just right, the surface of the moon is coming in. It's coming in hot. Why is it showing my oxygen to be non-existent currently? I know that's not accurate. I know that's not accurate because I made sure both of mine were full. Also, we don't have to have the entry velocity to be the absolute lowest. I think so long as it's green, that means it's going to be okay. It's good to be back. Real quick though, what? This one says there's oxygen. Maybe we need to leave the rocket? Yeah, there we go. It's working now. Well, we'll hop on over here then to the safety of this little place. And remember, I said last time we were going to bring an MFE. Where's that hooked up to? Oh, that's hooked up to our fuel loader. Okay, beautiful. Love that. So we'll go ahead and break this. And we will throw down our MFE. And then that'll start saving reserve power. All of this is still running. Oxygen bubble distributors still oxygen bubble distributing. We really need to get more power up here is the only issue, because the teleporter's going to use so much power that... Should we just add the MFSU in line with the MFE? Is that what we should do? These machines don't care. Do we even need an MFE for these machines? My thought was that we would have a separate bank of power for the machines versus the MFSU for teleportation, instead of having them share power, and that way they would all kind of have their own power reserve. So I think what I might actually do is just set up the MFSU over here, so it's never drawing power away from the MFE, except for the power it's drawing from the high voltage solar panel that is now not being sent to the MFE. But as you can see, it's dividing its power among the two. So all the machines will keep running and the MFE will keep filling up, even while the MFSU is filling up. And then the MFSU, I don't think it actually has to be underneath the teleporter. I think we can put the teleporter there, for example, and it should be okay. So let's get out our frequency transmitter, and we will right-click. Teleportation link has been established. According to the EU reader, oh, sweet heavens, 101... No. Wait, what? Hold on, hundreds place? Is that 1,550... No, 1,015,160. I'm sorry. Sometimes it is difficult to read things. The big numbers, when they don't put the little commas in there to denote the hundreds and thousands and millionths place, really confuses me. I actually have to work backwards, because if I look at that, it looks like it says 101,506, and then I realize, no, that's not right. So I have to go backwards. I'm like, okay, that first three, that's the 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million. I don't know why my brain works like that, but that's how I've had to do that. Wowzers. Well, no, don't do that. We don't need to start a new measurement. Get out of my inventory. Fortunately, this will hold that much power. It's just going to take a while to get there. And the sun is starting to set, which is not good. That's bad. It's going to get dark. It's just going to stop producing power, I think. Oh, what can we do in an emergency situation to start generating power? Let's just build some generators. We're going to build a furnace, and then we're going to surround that with dark matter. Hear me out. We're kind of pressed right now, right? We don't have all of our normal crafting materia, and we're not really in our best space right now. But we're going to surround that with dark matter. And apparently I've done it wrong. Let me just cycle through here until I find the correct recipe for this. Dark matter furnace. Oh, it's blocks of dark matter. That's how I've done it wrong. They're not playing around here. This is an expensive recipe. Do we even have dark matter blocks? I don't think we've ever had a reason to build those. Well, now we do. So we'll grab 8 of those. Expensive. Actually, we'll grab 60 of them, because that's just funny. Put that in a loop here around a furnace, and we'll get a dark matter furnace. So the dark matter furnace is cool. It'll smelt 2 items per second. It'll automatically duplicate the ores that we put in, doubling the output. Now, whether or not that works with dusts, I'm actually not sure about. If we could duplicate... So, I mean, you get 2 dusts per ore. If we could get 2 ingots per dust... that would be nuts. We do need to fuel it, but I think you can actually slap, like, an energy collector on top of it, and it'll do that instead. Yeah, look at that. So it only gave us 1 ingot, but still. So we can power this thing. I don't even remember. Did I teach this to my transmutation? Can we collect this? Are we gonna break it? Is it gonna break? Hello? It says we're using the effective tool. Oh my gosh, what have we done? I guess it's just gonna stay there then. We could turn it into a red matter furnace as well, which is even more crazy, and I think it cooks up like 6 or 7. Hold on, I can actually check the wiki. I've got it open here. Boost the speed, 6.5 operations per second. That's nuts. But now we've got that. What was I going to do with it? Right, we're building an emergency generator. In this case, get that recipe pulled up. We got to cook up iron. That's what I was going to do. So we're going to get a stack of iron ingots and toss those in there. Look how fast it is, and it's running purely off of this. That's nuts. Then we're going to grab some sticky resin, and we're going to throw that up in here. And once it's done with the iron, it'll automatically hop over to using the sticky resin. Excellent. And that's going to give us the rubber that we need to create the cables that we need. Speaking of, we need copper. It's a good thing we have the transmutation tablet with us. Goodness gracious, can you imagine? And I'll give the Philosopher's Stone its dues as well. I don't particularly like using it versus a project table, but it is coming in handy in this particular pinch. Re-batteries. Let's create 8 of those. Then we'll create 8 of these here machine blocks. And all that together. Oh, we need more machine... Oh, no, we don't. We have the furnaces. 8 generators. Yeah, okay, we're not producing solar power anymore. It's officially dark on the moon, which means the MFE and... Well, the MFE is slowly draining. The MFSU is not. But we've got generators now. We've got a stack of generators, emergency situation generators here that we can set up. And we'll put them over here. Set them up like this. And then we will run the cables out of the back. And this way, they'll hook up into the MFSU. And then we can pipe them up into the MFE as well. This is such a mess. This is disgusting and I hate it. But we're in a bit of a pinch and we don't really have any other choices. So 8 Aethernalis fuel ought to get the job done. For now. I don't know how long these burn. We could have gone with Aethernalis fuel blocks. Each one of these produces what? 32 EU per tick? So that's, let's see, 32. A pair would be 64. 256 EU per tick right now. Filling this bad boy up. Filling that bad boy. That bad boy's still dropping. That thing's still dropping. I think it's because that is now leaking into the MFE, which we do not want. We do not want that connection happening. We need to come up with a way to prevent that from happening. Only thing I can think to do is to get some bronze. Oh wait, no, we actually have a precision wrench in our inventory. I was gonna say, okay, we'll rotate that around, and we'll have that be the output. Oh, but then it's still inputting into there. Now hold on, I got this. I had the right idea. I had the spirit of the right idea, I just didn't execute it quite properly. There we go. So that's outputting over to there now, and then we can have this hook up, and that'll input into here. So the MFE is charging up, the MFSU is charging up, this is still just going over here, and the oxygen bubble generator is gone! The bubble generator is gone! You've run out of power. How did you run out of power? Oh, right! Oh, right! Oh, wait. You were plugged into there. Okay, we need to change that. We're gonna plug you in now to the... Oh, jeez. To the MFE. Like so. Yes, there we go. I didn't realize it was getting its fuel directly from here, although I should have realized that. I just didn't. Like I say, everything here is a little bit of a mess. It's getting dark. We need to do something about that. You know what? We need to protect ourselves from monsters. And the interdiction torch, even though it does look like it's burning, it has a burning animation. I don't think it's actually burning, and it shouldn't extinguish itself on the moon. So, we'll set up a series of these. We'll create a perimeter around us. Around the survivors, a perimeter create. And this will prevent monsters from getting near us. Monsters that may or may not spawn on the surface of the moon at night. We've not experienced nighttime on the moon yet, so we don't know. Remember, nighttime on the moon is going to last as long as day on the moon. Remember last time we were here, it was daytime the whole time. So you can imagine... Oh, jeez. There we go. You can imagine how long that's going to last. Just placing these semi-randomly around us. That'll keep us lit up. And also, it'll repel monsters. And then inside of here, we don't really need to use the interdiction torches. We can just keep it lit up using the glowstone torches. And that'll just keep things from spawning in this vicinity. Now, unfortunately, the light will not keep the solar panel lit. The light seems to know. It knows. That produces a bit of light, which is useful. But there we go. I guess I could F7 this and determine exactly where we need to be putting lights in order to prevent mob spawns from occurring. And to be placed far more frequently than I initially realized. Do these not produce a lot of light? These little glowstone torches? They sure don't seem to. Then again, I guess it's possible the moon is just an oppressively dark place. Okay, I've put down torches, and I think I've secured this area. Can they spawn on top of trees? I don't think monsters can spawn on leaves. So, yes, we've now secured this space, and look at that! It's working. It's working flawlessly. Enjoy your stay on the borders, you little nasty. We did bring our Worldspike. We're going to throw that down. And then we are going to grab some ender pearls And let's see what happens if we put a single ender pearl in here. Nothing. Right-clicking, left-clicking, it doesn't like either of them. Didn't we test this before, now that I think about it? And it ended up not being correct. What about an eye of ender? Cannot right-click, cannot left-click. What about just one of them? Okay, no, it's not working. This isn't working. So we are currently waiting on this thing to reach 1,015,000 EU, at which point we will be able to go home. Generators are chugging away. It's all good. MFE should be, close to halfway full. You can see why the MFE wouldn't work for this, and why we went straight to MFSU. Because it simply cannot even hold enough power to get us back home. We're going to need to create a lot more energy a lot more quickly than just burning furnaces in the future. Bone block. Why do we have that? What did we use that for? When did we build it? That's how you build it, sure, but what did we use it for? Why did we make it? Did we find it somewhere? Apparently we did. It looks sick. It looks horrible. I hate it. We'll use it. It should repel... It should keep the locals away when they see that we're using bones in construction. This is such a mess over here, by the way. If we get the teleporter up and running, we won't be able to take a lot of trips back and forth. But the hope would be that we can come back here and build a proper base of operations, which we need to do anyway, because a meteorite could literally hit our base, and it could destroy our stuff. And that would be awful. And we have it all just currently sitting out here in the open. And in fact, you know what we need to do real quick? So we need to come over here to our lander and get our rocket out and not leave it here on the moon in case the return teleportation doesn't work for whatever reason, and then we're stranded without a way to get back to the moon. We're stranded on Earth. I guess that's the wrong word for it. We're back on Earth with no way back. Being here would be like being stranded. This place is not pleasant, is it? It's barren and empty. Can we check our map, by the way? I was wondering if we could check our map and see, like, any impact sites. There is only whatever this light is here, which is this direction, where I marked off, the big hole that I dug. I did also mark off, I think, or I meant to mark off all of the entrances that I found with torches. Yeah. Apparently I didn't do one of them, which is this one over here. Or maybe I did, I can't tell. But what I'm not seeing is any impact locations from anything resembling a meteorite. Would we see it happen? I'm assuming we have to be here for it, and it can just happen anytime, anywhere. If I sleep on the moon, does it become daytime? I haven't even considered this. I've just been viewing nighttime on the moon as a thing we have to suffer through. But now that I think about it, could we possibly just throw down a bed and go to sleep? What if my oxygen runs out when I'm asleep? I'll need a cryogenic chamber to sleep in space. Of course we will. Galacticraft Planets, the cryogenic chamber. I wish I'd known this isn't difficult to... Oh, that's heavy plate and Desh. Desh is created from... Desh ore? What? Oh, you get it on Mars. Okay, then, well, I guess we won't be doing that. We're not going to run out of oxygen in our sleep, though. We literally have a bubble that we're standing inside of. Game. Is that what we needed? 108? Or 1,000,008? It was 1,015,000. Oh, hey, look, we can go back home, I think. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. We're about to find out whether or not this will work. And... We have 1,113,000. And according to our EU reader, we need... Oh, it went up. Oh, of course it did! Because we have more in our inventory. So, yeah, what you're carrying with you can actually impact how much it requires for you to teleport. So if we check now, see it's gone down. So theoretically now that we've gotten rid of all that stuff, by the way, a great way to cheat this would be to have a couple of, like, ender chests set up, or maybe an ender chest and ender pouch. Possibly that would work. I don't know about that. That would be something we would have to experiment with. But hit the button, and we're back home. Look at that. It absolutely worked. Only issue now is I can't see how much. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and fix this real quick so I can actually tell how much fuel is inside of... Oh, good, it's raining here. We'd love to see that. You need to go... Here we go. We can actually see into our... Oh, just a floating cable down there. Now, as I've been trying to say, we can see how much is in our MFSU. And then the issue here is that that's just a hole in the floor. But I think I've got a cheeky little plan to take care of that. What if we got a reinforced, and we could do this either, I think, with the reinforced frame slab or the stairs. But let's try the stairs first. Well, that's unfortunate, so we're not going to do the stairs. We're going to get rid of that. And we will do the slab instead. Perfect. From down here, you can't even tell. And from up here, you can still see half of the MFSU. So we can interact with it. See how much fuel it's got. It's got more than enough to get us to the moon. The issue is once we get to the moon, we got to get back. So we need to produce a lot of power on the moon. And, I mean, I can think of ways of doing that, but they're kind of gross. I mean, what we could do... Actually, I want you folks to sign in on this. Let me know what you think. We could put just a bunch of furnaces on the moon. They're really easy to build. I mean, we've already got 256 EU per tick being generated there. And then we could line up a bunch of... generators, a bunch of like solar flowers, you know, the collectors and condensers to create the fuel for the generators, and they could just be going at all times. It's disgusting. It's cheaty. It's very cheaty, but it is also perfectly within the rules of the game. No, we're not breaking anything. We're just using the mechanics to our advantage. But is that too cheap? I guess cheaty is the wrong word. It isn't cheating. It's not like we're spawning things in. But is it too cheap? I know that there was some controversy about our naughty little secret in the basement here that we've got tucked away. I know that some folks still aren't happy with what we've got running back here, and that's understandable. Look, this isn't the type of a playstyle that everyone agrees with, you know? I think it's perfectly natural to have your issues with something like this that is just not completely freely, because we are having to supply it with power, but, I mean... We could just do that generator trick and have endless power as well. Would it be okay on the moon? Because we're doing things genuine down here. We've got, you know, a bunch of solar panels. We've got a big nuclear reactor. Everything's on the up and up here. Does it matter if we keep things on the up and up on the moon as well? Or do you not care at all about any place? Let me know if you want to see me do something disgusting for energy on the surface. And I will do that quite happily. Till next time. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you. And I'll see you later. Bye!